Good morning, everybody. This is the Truth of Sports show. I tell you the truth about anything sports. These opinions expressed in this video are entirely of my own, but they will become yours, sure enough. Let's get into it. Today will be a quicker video due to not having as much to talk about and other things that I'm doing. So this is going to be a quick video here, but we're breaking down the NFL playoffs. Today is Monday, so I have not seen the Pittsburgh Steelers play the Houston Texans yet. So about the first game of the playoffs with the Rams playing the Carolina Panthers. You got to give credit to the Panthers. They played very well. They didn't play their brand of football for most of the game. They still found ways to make it close and almost won the damn thing in the end. Big game for the Panthers. For the Rams, they just showed the toughness. They've showed the passing ability they've showed all season. There's a reason why they're Super Bowl favorites. I mean, they played well, and they showed that even when they overlooked some teams, like I feel like they were overlooking the Panthers, even when they overlook them, they can still find ways to win. It was a very good game by the Rams and Panthers, and that's really all I got to say about that one. Stafford played well, and he will play well from here on out, unless if he's got a problem with his hand. But it looked like he was struggling with some throughout the game Saturday. So let's get into my team, the Chicago Bears, baby. The comeback of the playoffs of the century. I mean, come on. I mean, this was one of the biggest games that the Bears have played in the last 15 years. The only thing that comes close is the Eagles playoff game. This one, in my mind, is bigger thanks to who we played, being the Packers. It was the greatest game I've ever seen the Bears play. We went down 21-3. The Packers were doing whatever they wanted. They played very well that first half. Defense, offense, everything clicked. In the third quarter, I'm seeing people say it was a tale of two halves. It was not. It was a tale of one quarter. It was a tale of three quarters and a tale of one. Because in the third quarter, the Bears' defense tightened up, and the Packers could not do anything offensively, which was partly due to Matt LaFleur's incompetence in play calling with the lead. But then, what the biggest deal of the game was the Bears' offense was not clicking. Caleb threw two picks, one in the first half, one in the third quarter. I mean, the Bears' offense looked like it never came out of halftime, where so improvising here, where the the Packers looked like their offense didn't come back, but their defense was still doing very well. Our defense was completely different. But anyway, I mean, nothing to say about that. Let's talk about the last thing that happened. The last part of this game, the biggest part of this game, the comeback. 25 points in the fourth quarter, excuse me. The Bears played a masterful fourth quarter. Caleb Williams looked very well. The defense had some breaks, but not enough to lose the game. The Bears are a team who know how to win, and that's a big deal in the playoffs. Knowing how to win is one of the most important things you can do as a franchise. So, I mean, that's what I think about that. Now, can the Bears beat the Rams? I'll get in that a little later in the video. I don't know. I really have no idea. But we'll find out. Alright, so next, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills. They're my Super Bowl pick. Well, no. My Rams on Super Bowl pick. I have the Bills going to the Super Bowl. As I've said in my last video, watch it. Please. Please watch it. Please. Please. Okay. So watch that video, please. Anyway, the Bills played. It wasn't the game I expected. I expect Josh Allen to be the superstar more than he was. It was really a defensive slugfest for most of it. But the Bills are kind of like the Bears, where they know how to win. They're a good football team. I mean, and unlike the Bears, they have the experience and they can pound you. and they can beat you in submission. And I think that's what's going to happen in my life. But for the Jags, it was a great season. I hate that it ended like that for them because I'm a big Jags fan. I really hate that it ended like that for them. But all things considered, great season, great first season. I'm really excited for what they can do next year. They do feel like a team who's here to stay, to me. Maybe not win the division every year, but that division you can easily get second place every year, and they're good enough where they can win enough games to get in the playoffs. So next, let's talk about the game that decided who the Bears would play, Philly and San Francisco. To me, there's one story about this game. You see it in the media. You know how I disdain the sports media, but you see it there. You see it everywhere. Nick Sirianni cannot coach football. He's not good. Yeah, I know we won a Super Bowl last year. He'll be fired soon. I mean, you cannot have that kind of level of distrust, the arguments on sides, unprofessionalism that he exudes constantly. You cannot win games like that. Sirianni should and will be fired soon. See, I'm checking now. They're not fired yet, but he'll be fired soon. He deserves to be. The Eagles could fly. Imagine if they had Mike McDaniel, who just got fired from the Dolphins. I haven't talked about much NFL coaching stuff. Now I'll talk about it at a different time when they hire people. But McDaniel is a great offensive mind. He'd be excellent in Philly, but that's neither here nor there. The story should be the 49ers. 49ers, great football team. Great offense. We've seen it over and over again. And they won in Philly when a lot of people didn't think they would because of that fact and their defense locked in. I do think a lot of people who picked Philly to make the Super Bowl and to win this game even had expected a lock in. Like expect this is when they're gonna lock it in. They've been kind of up and down. They're gonna lock it in finally, and that's just not what happened. And I don't know if that's gonna happen. Obviously it's not gonna happen. They're done. I don't know if I think the peak of the Eagles with Sirianni was that Super Bowl, and I don't think they're gonna reach that again. They're gonna be the Marvin Lewis Bengals with a much better step, admittedly, but he's the only coach who's been to a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl, who is on a hot seat. He's won two. He's been to two Super Bowls. Damn near won both of them. But so then the final game of that I have seen of the wild card round was the Patriots drumming the Chargers. Their team, I talked about them. I compared them to Indiana. For side note, Indiana is awesome. I haven't talked about college football recently on this channel. When I went on my break, I kind of stopped, and then I haven't done it since. Indiana, great team. Great. I mean, they're beating the hell out of everybody, and they're going to beat the hell out of Miami too. But anyway, the Patriots are doing that to teams who have a significant talent disadvantage, and the Chargers have that. I mean, they cannot compete, and that's something about the Patriots you have to admire because teams like the Chicago Bears, for example, Buffalo Bills, or Jacksonville, and Denver, teams like that have not showed the ability to just submit, to just make a team just tap. They have not shown that ability, but the Patriots have, and they throughout the playoffs, not throughout the playoffs, throughout the season. I mean, I do think that they are a great team. I don't think they're Super Bowl favorites by no means, but they're a good team. So now, just for a quick breakdown of the playoff games, we got Rams, Bears. The Rams will probably beat the Chicago Bears. The weather for Chicago is going to be a big factor. But aside from that, I mean, Stafford's going to be able to put up 30 points. We're going to have to score 34 to win. And that's going to be can the Bears play a full game of football? If the Bears can score in each quarter, if we can be a consistent football team, the Bears can win. If not, the Rams will win. And this is a kind of a test of what would you rather be? Would you rather be a man with everything to lose, like the Rams? They have everything to lose. They're running on borrowed time with Stafford. or would you rather be Chicago, a team with nothing to lose? We shouldn't be here. We've shocked the world by getting to this point. Pope Leo's in our corner. Who would you rather be there? Would you rather be a man who had everything to lose, who's fighting for one of the last shots at greatness? Would you rather be a man with nothing to lose, who nobody expected to be here, who nobody will be disappointed when you go down? That's what we're dealing with that game. Now, let's talk about the other NFC game that we know for sure is happening is the 49ers and Seahawks. I covered all these games in my playoff prediction video. Please watch that video. And because so far I'm 100% on playoff predictions. But this game, I didn't see anything from San Francisco that made me think that Seattle wouldn't be able to wear them out like they did, and not wear them out as in beat the hell out of them, but just wear them down and outlast. That just seems like what that game's going to be. Now, for San Francisco, the key to the game is shutting Sam Darnold down, making him play like he plays for the Jets. He's seeing ghosts. He's getting kisses and getting mono. But whatever you want to go with there, I would say if you're big gambling, gamble responsibly. And I would put my money on the Seahawks. So, I mean, that's where we're at there. Now, as for the AFC, we don't know if the Steelers or Texans are going to win. I'll break down both examples when we get to that game. But first, we got Buffalo and Denver. This game, to me, is going to be a tight one. I mean, it's dependent on Denver's offense. Because their defense is going to be able to get stops and get Josh Allen off the field. Especially if he's got the injuries he had against Jacksonville. But can the offense capitalize? Can they make Buffalo pay? Can they win a game 21-17? Maybe, probably. Can they win a game when that score goes up to the 30s? I don't know. If that defense buckles for the Broncos, then I do not see a world where the Broncos win that game. If it buckles and the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen's throwing it, he's running around, he's hitting one of these, he's going, that's it to me. Buffalo Bills win that game. That's what I think's going to happen. That's what I have happening. So then we have the Patriots. They'll either be playing the Steelers or the Texans. Now the Steelers, if the Steelers pull out a miracle tonight at home, Renegade. If they pull out a miracle tonight, then we will see the Steelers versus Patriots. Patriots win that game by 15 points, by 20 points, by 30 points. The Patriots lay it on them like I was talking about. They just squeeze. They squeeze all out of the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers goes down. Aaron Rodgers is done. That's what they do. If the Steelers win that game, it's going to be a drumming. Now, if the Texans win that game, the Texans could give Drake May the toughest defense he's seen all season. That front seven is going to cause problems for him. He's not going to be able to throw the ball with as clean of a pocket as he's used to. He struggled last night at times and got really bailed out by the defense in that game. Now, I think that if it's Texans, Patriots, what I'm hoping for, I'm looking forward to, it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's not going to be an electric game that you'd expect from an MVP candidate. But that's where I see that game being. I mean, I just don't see... If they play, the Texans will be able to put you in a spot where you cannot run over them, like you can run over the Steelers or the Chargers or the Jets or the whatevers. And how many teams can they beat if you can't just run them over? That's what I don't know. The talent differential for New England's a big one, and that's what will carry them past if they play the Steelers. But, so, the final thing I'll discuss is, has my Super Bowl pick changed? I picked the Rams to win the Super Bowl. Has that changed? I'm going to say no, because no team, to me, looked amazing. None of them looked great. I mean, they all looked good. Every team that won looked good in their own way at different times, whatever. Nobody looked amazing. That makes me think, the Rams are done. Because the Rams are overlooking the Panthers. The only if I had like a ranking, the only thing that would have moved maybe would be the Patriots, just because they didn't drum the Chargers like I would have thought. They won what was really a close game for most of it. That's it for me though, because I feel like the Bears are a team that one are probably the bottom of most people's rankings, which that's just because the media refuses to let a team get good. But anyway, they're at the bottom of the rankings for most people, including maybe even me, even though I think we're above some other teams here and there. But they're a team that can make you pay if you don't put them away quickly. I mean, all these teams have different identities. I've discussed all of them in detail in previous video and this video. I mean, just quick, Patriots are gonna beat the hell out of you. They're gonna make you starve. It's gonna hold you till you can't move. You got the Bills running through Josh Allen. If Josh Allen's hot, they're hot, and he got hot throughout that game. Denver, they're going to pound you with their defense, and the offense is going to make plays when necessary, if they can. I mean, that's the big thing there. Mile high is going to be a big factor. And then Texans are going to pound, win these close games, kind of similar to the Broncos. And then the Steelers are riding off of Aaron Rodgers' magic. And then on the other side, Seahawks going to pound you. Same thing. They're an SEC team, like an old school SEC team. Going to run it, pound it, smash mouth football. Run out of play action sometimes. Defense is amazing. Very good defense, right? And then the 49ers, they're going to be throwing it. They're going to be moving the ball around. They're going to get ball to CMC. Brock Purdy's going to throw it 40 times a game. And CMC is going to be running screens, RPOs, boom, 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 right? And then with the Chicago Bears, they're a team that comes back. They're a team that makes you pay if you don't put them away, if you don't pound them. And then with the Rams, they're another team who's going to throw it. They want to throw it in the red zone. They want to throw it when they're on the 1 yard line. They want to throw it when they're on the goal line. They want to throw it when they're everywhere on the field. They can throw this football. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, the most talented receivers, possibly in the league, but definitely in the playoffs. I mean, that's the identity of each of those teams to me. The one that comes out on top, it's interesting. Who's going to come out on top? I still have Buffalo and Rams, but we'll see. That is the truth of sports. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're watching. If you're watching, leave a like and subscribe. I know this isn't a super popular channel yet, but I'm hoping it becomes one. You guys are my people. Love you. Thank you for watching. Sayonara. Peace out.